Level cap 100 arrived in Marvel Strike Force earlier this week, and the associated Race to the Top milestones awards points for the first 10 characters from each origin trait that should level past 95. So in this video, we're revealing the best 10 tunes from each origin that'll take you the furthest in the game. So if we're ready to reveal the best Mystic, Mutant, Skill, Tech, and Bio choices, then you know what to do, Valley. Find that like button, and let's go smash it. And welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. I hope you're having a great day. In this video, we are breaking down the 10 best characters from each origin trait to level up to level 100. Now, we did a similar video last week, but we did that video without knowing the Race to the Top milestones, where you need 10 characters from each origin trait to max out these milestones. We are gonna give you all 48 characters, so that's all 5 origin traits minus the 2 double dipping characters. So 48 characters, the best 48 characters. But before we get to this countdown, if this is your first time here on the channel, hit the subscribe button for more great Marvel Strike Force content. We have countdown videos like this, news videos, question and answer videos, reveal videos, everything to help your experience in Marvel Strike Force. But let's jump right into this countdown, and these characters are listed by trait. They're in no particular order. The order may be different depending on which game modes are valuable to you, but I don't think you need me to tell you that Apocalypse, super-skrull are the 2 best characters in the game, and if you have those characters unlocked, those probably should be the first characters you're building. But let's jump right into the game and start this countdown. Starting with the Mutant origin, and there are a lot of great Mutant characters. Let's just start with the Extreme X-Men. Gambit, one of the best characters in the game, super annoying on Cosmic Crucible defense, very, very helpful on in the raids, these incursion raids, these incursion 2 raids. Gambit is a character that you should build up as soon as you have level 96, 7, 98, all those levels, build up Gambit right away. Cyclops is also part of the Extreme X-Men team. Major damage, super helpful in the raids. A lot of times he is left off of that Extreme X-Men team in Cosmic Crucible defense, but very annoying in war as well. So yeah, build up Cyclops. Next character, we're not going to do Dark Beast, but Nightcrawler, one of the best plug and play mutants, a part of this Extreme X-Men team. Very strong. He has a stun on his special. He has a big AoE attack on his ultimate, and this is the character that's going to give you a little more benefit outside of the raids, outside of the full Extreme X-Men team. So yeah, build up Nightcrawler. Next is Forge. Forge is the character that gives charges to your Extreme X-Men. Most notably, Gambit and Cyclops are benefiting significantly from those charges. This is the character that is used in defense in Cosmic Crucible, paired with Gambit, Rogue, and Nightcrawler, and usually Dazzler. Sometimes I see a full Extreme X-Men team with Sunspot in there, but yeah, this is one of the best characters on the team. Very important for the support, and if one of your Extreme X-Men dies in the raids, this is the character that's going to build them or bring them back to life. Sunspot is the energy battery for this team. A little more useful in the raids, especially with his basic and prolonging these charges throughout the raids. You're not going to lose them between battles. Not as valuable as some of the other members of the Extreme X-Men team outside of the raids, but necessary for the raids, and for that reason, I think it is worth building up Sunspot. One of the best characters in the game, if not the best character in the game, is Apocalypse. You definitely should build this character up. This is the first character, at least right now, that you should put your red stars on with your dark promo credits, and that's because you cannot get the red stars for super-skrull right now. That will be the #1 character, but right now it is Apocalypse. That is your best use of your dark promo credits. So yeah, build him. I don't think you need me to tell you that he is the best character in the game, or arguably the best character in the game. It's 1 and 2 with Apocalypse and Sunspot. Miss Marvel Hardlight, yeah, she is a mutant, surprisingly. And she's valuable in Arena, valuable in Crucible, valuable in War. I'm using her on all of my defenses and all of my offenses in Arena right now. And for that reason, the bigger Miss Marvel Hardlight, the better you're going to do in Arena. So yeah, this is another character to build up. More of a backup character, not as required as some of these other characters, but Omega Red is still a very good backup character for these mutants. And after Apocalypse, after the Extreme X-Men, then you can start to work on your other characters. Omega Red, very good. Not as valuable as Weapon X in War, but useful, very useful. Cosmic Crucible, and maybe some hybrid teams. 2 ability blocks, applies trauma, good character. Let's talk about Firestar, part of the new Warriors Crucible offense. You do need to build these Crucible teams if you want to start to get some diamonds. climb up in the ranks, and this is one of the best Crucible teams. Probably the second best after the Superior 6 and maybe some hybrids, but this new war is very, very good, and Firestar is arguably the most important character on the game, either the first or the second most important character in that. And last but not least, let's talk about Rogue. Rogue is not valuable in the raids, but is very, very valuable on Cosmic Crucible defense, either on a hybrid with the Extreme X-Men or on a full unlimited team. They are losing some value, so that hybrid with Extreme X-Men is a little stronger and has some use in war and some different events as well. So those are the top mutants. Bio section, best character in the game, arguably. If you have this character, you're gonna build them right away. Super-skrull, very, very strong ultimate. Usually when I do this, it's kind of game over for the enemies. And when the enemies do this to me, I'm just hoping that we survive enough that we can make use of the battle. Ability block on the special, and you can flip effects with the basic. Super, super strong character. And if you have Super-skrull, I don't think you need me to tell you that you should build them up very, very quickly. All right, next, let's start with the next characters. And Nova is good, Red Hulk is good. They are picks, but let's move on to the Hive Mind team before we get to these characters, because that is the next raid team, and I think they're gonna have a lot of value outside of the raids as well, especially Crucible, especially War. But I think the one that's gonna have the most value, and we don't have the kit for Red Goblin yet, but outside of Red Goblin, the one that I think is gonna have the most value is gonna be Void Knight, and does a couple things. On the ultimate, pulls enemies towards a couple spaces of each other, and flipping positive effects and negative effects. Ability to block the primary target for 2 turns, and in the raids, you're gonna ability block all the targets. Very, very strong move. The special steals ability energy, 3 in the raids, 1 outside of the raids if you have the T4 done. I think this is the best character in the whole team. But we, like I said, outside of Red Goblin, we don't know what his kit is yet. Gwenum is another Hive Mind character that I think is gonna be very, very valuable to the team. My test on the test server, the 4-piece Hive Mind with Super-skrull was able to kill her, not just the first node, not just the second node, but also the boss node pretty easily. And I will have footage of that coming up for you guys. But yeah, the Gwenum very, very strong, and it's kind of the missing ingredient on this team. If you have Super-skrull, you may not even need Red Goblin. But let's talk about Red Goblin. He's not in the game yet, but as we know, the Race to the Top event is a 40-day event. It started on the 22nd of January. It's gonna end on the 2nd of March, which means that Red Goblin should be in the game this time. Should be released in February, and that is my next character. So not in the game yet, but I'm including Red Goblin on the top characters that you should be investing in, taking up to level 100 as soon as you are getting there. Next character that I think is very, very valuable is Carnage. Now, outside of this team, I don't think he's gonna get a lot of value. The main reason he is valuable is because of his passive. So you may not really need a lot of health and stuff in him, but yeah, anytime an enemy drops below 25%, full speed bar 30% for self and all symbiote allies. This is gonna be a lot of speed in the raids. Has a big, big damaging move on the special. You have lots of bleeds, disrupted, a lot of stuff done with the ultimate. So another strong move here. And let's talk about Venom. Venom, another character that got increased stats with the rework. There's an ability block on the special. He spreads all the negative effects from the enemy to all the adjacent targets with the ultimate. Very, very strong character. And let's talk about the other 2 characters that we mentioned briefly before. Nova, very good character. Stun on turn 1. There's a big AoE attack with some battlefield effects with the ultimate. Very, very good character. Red Hulk is kind of moving down in the meta a little bit, but very, very strong. Special reduces the turn meter, and yeah, you don't want that ultimate going off on you. This could be lots of problems if this ultimate goes off. Not mainly because of the battlefield effects, because this ultimate is so strong, so you don't want to make Red Hulk angry, don't want to make him charge. And last but certainly not least is Lizard. Lizard is the protector of the Superior 6, which is the dominant Crucible offense team right now. Sometimes you're taking him off the team because I think it's a little better to take him off the team, put in Vulture when you're countering this Extreme X-Men in Room 5, and then you could use his abilities, his Superior 6 abilities, to remove Revive once, either off a Dormammu team or off the Infinity Watch. Very, very good character, and I think even after the life of the Extreme X-Men, this character is going to have a lot of use in that Superior 6. So yeah, Lizard is one of the top picks for the bio section. And moving on to the Mystic section, we have our first double dip character, the first double traded character that we're mentioning here, Dr. Doom. He has the Mystic, the tech tags, and he also has the new Mythic tag, which means that either Doom or Dormammu is probably going to be a good option to bring into Dark Dimension 7 for that Mythic section. Now, I say one or the other because they both take miasma, and with a new gear tier coming, gear tier 19, they're all the red color or whatever the new color is going to be. So yeah, you can't stock up on it. So as soon as the new gear tier is launched, stock up on miasma. Hopefully you get enough of that that you can bring both of them. But Dr. Doom for this event should be one of the first characters you build up because he's gonna give you bonuses in Mystic and the tech sections. All right, so Dr. Doom, very, very good character. Has that time meter manipulation, big AoE attack on the special. Let's move on to Ghost Rider Robbie Reyes, which I think is the best non-legendary, non-Dark Dimension character in the game. Lots of bleeds, lots of damage, ability block on the special, lots of damage, AoE, bleeds on the ultimate, and he gets turn meter every time there's a bleed applied. So very, very strong character, huge damage, huge speed, very, very annoying. Let's talk about the partner in crime for Dr. Doom, Dormammu, who also takes that miasma. The revive onces, how he helps his team is awesome. Special has this stun on turn 1 and the big flip, the AoE attack, long cooldown, but lots of debuffs on the enemies, lots of debuffs cleared on your side, lots of buffs applied to you. Very, very good character. Dormammu is one of the best characters still in the game after all these years. Let's talk about Spider Weaver, one of the best Cosmic Crucible characters, and that charged mechanic, unless someone has an unavoidable attack, or like the new warriors can mitigate that reduced accuracy, Weaver is gonna have some relevance in the game for a while because of that charge mechanic. When she has charged, well, enemies accuracy is gonna be reduced by 100%, and she gets a lot of charges on her ultimate, which also applies a stun. She has a charge on her special. So Weaver, very, very good, very, very annoying. Moving on to Quicksilver, which is one of the best plug-and-play characters in the game. Can be used on a lot of teams. Normally, you're using this character on Crucible defense and maybe War defense. Maybe you're using to counter some charges here, but what he does on his special can remove charges from the primary target and reducing the speed. Very, very good. Disrupted on these basic. We have a AoE attack on the ultimate. You could use him on a lot of places. I'm still using him in arena offense on one of the two major teams in the arena meta right now. So Quicksilver's a great character. Let's move on to the Eternals. Icarus, probably a little more valuable than Cersei. I love that big ultimate that he does. Probably a double tap if you're getting a kill. Sometimes a double tap's not needed though, but this is one of the first characters that I put diamonds on because at level 90, still a good character, but changes back to that strong Icarus once you build him up to level 95, and especially if a diamond on him. So I'm assuming at level 95, once level 100 cap reaches here, you won't be as good, but once you build him up to level 100, you will retain that value. And if you're building up Icarus, you have to build up Cersei, because that is a partner in crime. Not worthy of the diamonds, maybe not worthy of the initial investment into level 100 right away, but eventually you do want to build up Cersei to match your Icarus. She has a stun on her special, big AoE attack on her ultimate as well, usually opening up with the AoE attacks on the ultimate. Moving on to some more characters that are going to give you valuable in Cosmic Crucible. One of the best new warrior characters in addition with Firestar is Gwenpool. Lots of big attacks here. Attacking your primary target, big chain attack, flipping positive effects to negative effects. Usually you're opening the entire new warrior attack with this move, and then a big AoE attack, which enemies, if they're killed, they cannot be revived. So this is another way to mitigate that revive once that Dormammu may apply. Moving on to a horseman character, Morgan Le Fay. Yes, she has lost a lot of value from her initial, since her initial release, but you're still gonna use her in Cosmic Crucible, still gonna use her in War, and she's gonna give you a lot of value there. And if for some reason your Bifrost dies in the first part of the incursion raids, well, she's a great backup character if you don't want to use those charges to heal up your Bifrost. And last but not least, Hela, the leader of the Undying team. Yeah, if you want to build her up, you probably want to put some investment into your zombie Juggernaut or your zombie Iron Man, or both of them. But I get the impression that every Halloween there's going to be another member added to this team. which means that every Halloween they should be brought back up to relevance in the meta. So I think Hela is a safe investment to bring her up to level 100. Probably not before some of the other characters. Now, before we move on from Mystic, I do want to mention the Bifrost team. They are the solution to the Mystic section of the incursion raids, but I'm assuming at this point you already have them built up enough that you could comfortably get through these incursion raids. Now, if you don't, build them up to whatever you need to get through the incursion raids, but I wouldn't recommend building up too much after that, because while Val does have some value in Dark Dimension 6, the rest of the team kind of falls off outside of the raids. So build them up to what you need for the raids. After that, kind of hold off your investment and invest in some of these other characters that we mentioned earlier. And moving on to the tech section, this is where we have two double dipping characters. We already mentioned Doom, why he is so good. Double up on Doom in the Mystic and the tech section. Kestrel is another double dipping character, very, very good character. Has the tags of skill and tech, also has that mythic tag, which you're going to need for Dark Dimension 7. So this is a no-brainer character. Build her up. She's kind of the leader of the Pegasus team, which not only has value in the raids, also has value outside of the raids in Crucible and War. Lots of defense downs on the special, big, huge damage on the ultimate. And in her passive, what it does is every time a character is attacked with defense down, she is going to attack the most injured enemy, 400% damage. Strong character. I think it's a no-brainer to build up. Next, let's talk about Kang. This is the character that I bought the 3 diamonds on first. Kestrel's going to be the next character. But Kang, very, very good. He is a speed manipulator on his special. Feeling speed bought by 5% for self and all allies. Big AoE attack with the Kang Bang. And does some slows to the primary and adjacent targets with this special. Very, very strong. Huge damage from Kang. Moving on to the Superior 6. This is a character that is involved in the arena meta right now. Offense, defense. So Green Goblin Classic is one of the best characters to upgrade to level 100. He's going to give you value in arena, Crucible, War. Not so much in the raids, not even in the backup section of the raids, but very, very good character. Big AoE attack. Clearing barrier, safeguard, a lot of stuff on this attack, reducing the speed bar as well. So very, very strong attack. Also reducing the speed bar with the special, very low cooldown. So you can use this more than once per match. And because of the versatility of Green Goblin Classic, I think you do build this character up as one of your first choices. Also, as part of the Sinister and Superior 6 is Doc Ock. He's kind of the healer of the team. He's kind of the support of the team. Has a lot of regenerations on the special. Gives you a shocker if you don't have a shocker on your own. Has a ultimate big AoE attack, flipping positive effects to negative effects. Doc Ock, very, very good. Next character I think would be a good upgrade target is Vulture. This is a speed manipulator on a team. Usually you open up with this special and you're applying slow to a few of the targets. Big AoE attack, reducing the speed bar by 25% on the ultimate. And he's also going to manipulate his speed a lot in his passive, especially the Superior Sinister 6, and also gives the drain as well. So very, very good addition to this team. I like using Vulture instead of full Superior 6 against the Extreme X-Men in Cosmic Crucible Room 5. Moving on to the next most valuable character, I think is going to be Rescue. If Rescue dies, especially if you're using Pegasus on offense, countering certain teams like Gamma or Death Seed in the Cosmic Crucible, if Rescue survives, you pretty much win. If Rescue dies early on, all the enemies target Rescue and she's dead, well, that's a lost battle. So the bigger you could make your Rescue, especially because a lot of her healing is based on her max health, I think the bigger your Rescue is, the better Pegasus is going to do. So Rescue, important part of that team, so build her up. Moving on to the next member of the Superior 6, Spider Slayer. This guy on spawn, offense up to self and all Superior Sinister 6 allies. Very, very good character, and because of that, makes the rest of the team better. But not only that, big AoE attack on the special very early on. Also, you have a big, huge damage attack with the ultimate that he has as well. So Spider Slayer, very, very good character to build up. Rounding out to top 10, we have a few characters here that we can choose from the Pegasus team. Sinister 6, Infinity Watch, but I think I'm going to go with Darkhawk as my next pick. He's the energy battery of the Pegasus team. Very, very strong ultimate, special, basic, and yet gives ability energy to the entire Pegasus team in the raids, outside of the raids. Very, very strong character. For that reason, I think Darkhawk is one of the better characters to build up. And last but not least, a bunch of choices that we can choose from. I think all are worthy upgrades, but I think for my last choice, I will pick Infinity War Iron Man. I picked a different choice on Dorky's video yesterday. I think he was the 11th choice on Dorky's video. Now he's going to be the 10th choice because of what they do in Cosmic Crucible. You're probably already fine with the speed for in the raids. So Mark II, you probably already have her built up to where you need. But I think the bigger your Infinity War Iron Man is, the better it's going to be for your Pegasus team in Crucible and in War. So yeah, big AoE attacks from Infinity War Iron Man. So yeah, build them up. But also I do want to mention Mysterio, Mark II Ironheart, and Nebula as choices, depending what you want in the game. We have a few different choices for the skill section as well, especially for the last 4 choices, depending on what you need in the game. But I think the top 6 I would recommend for everybody. We have Kestrel again. We talked about why she is so good, and she has a double tag as well. Tech, skill, mythic. I think she's a no-brainer to build up. Moving on to Black Cat, very, very good character involved in the arena meta. There are 2 defensive teams primarily that I see. She's involved in one of them, and 2 main offensive teams that I use. She's involved in one of them. So while she did lose a little value because she's not involved in every single defensive team and every single offensive team, still very, very relevant in the arena meta. Also, one of the most annoying things to face in Cosmic Crucible or War is that Secret Defenders team, and she is kind of leader of that. You can use them on offense as well. Has an early stun on her special, which also applies Trauma, Bleed, Disrupted. The ultimate is also very good as well, giving your enemies all your negative effects, taking away all their positive effects, and applying a lot of debuffs as well, immunity, safeguards. Yeah, so it's a very, very good character. Black Cat, I think, is one of the top choices to build up. Nick Fury is another character to build up, not just because of the invaders, even after the invaders. I think he's still gonna have some life, even before the invaders got to rework. Very, very popular choice to bring in the Cosmic Crucible War because of this special, the very, very early speed up to all enemies and death proof. So good character to build up, not just for the invaders, but also for other game modes as well. Kraven is a member of the Superior and Sinister Six, has a very early ability block, has an AoE attack on his ultimate. Very good character, and because of the tags and his involvement in these 2 teams, you should build them up, especially if you're serious about Crucible and War. And also Shang-Chi lost a lot of value because his stats aren't really keeping up with a lot of the current characters, but even without that, you're still reducing turn meter of all the enemies with this ultimate here. Does not do as much damage as it used to, even if you have them leveled up a lot. So Shang-Chi is a character that I would take up to the next level. Next is Gamora. Now Gamora is a part of that Infinity Watch team. Strong team, was a team from years and years ago, but because of their safeguard, because of their immunity, and the early evade that they have on the team, Gamora is another top choice for this team. If you were to build up one Infinity Watch member, Gamora would probably be the one because the damage kind of revolves around her. So those are the top 6, in my opinion, in the skill section. The remaining 4 really depends on what mode is valuable for you. So if you're really into Cosmic Crucible and War, you're probably gonna want to go with Nakia, Okoye, and Mockingbird and Ronin to round out the new Avengers and to help out your Wakandans. And the other option for your final 4 characters are the Invaders. Now, obviously, if you're trying to get these incursion raids, the Invaders, they don't really cut it even at level 95. And there is speculation, though, at level 100, with some increased powers, they may be able to tackle the incursion raids. Not confirmed yet because that level 100 is not available on the test server, but there is some speculation that these guys can do it. And if it comes out that at level 100, Invaders can tackle the raids, well, then I would probably build them up. Now, just to let you know, they have 0 value outside of the raids, so only build them up to whatever you need to finish the raids or whatever your alliance needs you to do. But yeah, don't overinvest in any raids teams unless they have value outside of the raids. Invaders, they're not one of them. So those are the characters that I would level up as soon as you reach the next commander level. Obviously, you would need to make some shifts based on your own roster and what game modes are important to you. But there are some specific characters that are very important, like Kestrel, like Doom, Skrull, and Apocalypse that you probably want to build up right away if you have those characters. Let me know who you are planning to build up. Do you like my choices, or are you going to do some different things based on what game modes that you like? And hopefully this video will help you in determining which characters you want to build up first. If it did, leave it a like. It is free for you. It tremendously helps the channel. And if you want to check out what are the best plug-and-play characters today in Marvel Strike Force, check out the video up there. I will see you guys next time. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out.